Well, the second presidential debate more contentious than the first one. Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump did not even shake hands when they walked on the stage. Right before the debate, Trump posted video of his meeting with women who have accused former President Bill Clinton of unwanted sexual advances, and one woman who says she was raped by a man defended by Hillary Clinton when she was a public defender. It was Trump's response to the 2005 Access Hollywood video in which Trump is heard making lewd comments about women. Video put his campaign into a tailspin over the weekend. Trump dismissed the remarks and went on the attack.
That was locker room talk. I'm not proud of it.
Everyone can draw their own conclusions at this point about whether or not the man in the video or the man on the stage respects women.
If you look at Bill Clinton, far worse, minor words, and his was action. Don't tell me about words.
Trump tried to have the women who accused Bill Clinton put in the Trump family box to watch, debate organizers said. No, that's not family. It was hardly your traditional presidential debate, but I'm betting Dr. Ben Voth will use it in class at SMU, and you score the winner as?
I think Donald Trump came away with a win, just barely, over Hillary Clinton, yeah.
Does the fact that he went into it with low expectations based on debate number one, does that play a factor in it, that he did better than expected? And she probably did worse than expected.
Right. She had a very exceptional performance, I think, in debate number one. And I think he had a pretty weak performance in number one. And then also, it just had been a terrible weekend for Donald Trump. So both of those things kind of set the bar low for him. And he came in over that bar. I think that's true.
So some of us looked for facts, and some of us were desperately waiting to hear some facts and looking at the fact-check websites as this was going on, not just Hillary Clinton's, but some more impartial fact-check websites. Do people really care about the facts, or this morning are they talking about the zingers?
The zingers do dominate. I think there's no way to get around that. I think as a debate coach, I wish that we're more about the in-depth policy and evidence and things like that, but it just tends to not be that way.
Right. In fact, that's what Hillary Clinton was trying to get people to do at one point during the debate is please think, don't just listen.
Last time at the first debate, we had millions of people fact-checking, so I expect we'll have millions more fact-checking because, you know, it's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Yeah, because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton.
We want to remind the audience to please not.
But I'll repeat it because I want everyone to hear it. That was a mistake, and I take responsibility for using a personal email
What
account.
is anyone going to remember out of that? The one-liner. Everything else, she can talk about facts, she can talk about law, she can talk about what people will remember that one line.
Right, the line about that you're going to go to jail,
Right.
they kind of tapped into a public fantasy theme that some people have about Hillary Clinton. That was big at the convention, and so the fact that he played it was a big deal.
So both of them had things to apologize for. In his case, the very embarrassing video that came out last week. In her case, the emails. But she's been explaining, apologizing, denying for a couple of years on this. Does the fact that his is fresh still sting him a little bit more?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what made it hard coming in last night. I mean, that thing was just right out of the press box, and it was pretty new. So I think he was in a tough spot going into that debate last night. One of the toughest I've seen in many years of watching this kind of thing.
And as he says, when you punch, I counterpunch, and he certainly did last night. So Hillary Clinton, a longtime D.C. insider, she understands how things work. And on issues like Syria, and again, here we go into an area, into the weeds of an area, the foreign policy that people don't understand. Most Americans don't know what's a Shia, what's an ISIS, what's a Sunni. They don't understand that. She does, and she says she's the one with the plan to defeat ISIS. Donald Trump obviously disagrees.
Why can't they do it quietly? Why can't they do the attack, make it a sneak attack, and after the attack is made, inform the American public that we've knocked out the leaders, we've had a tremendous success. People leave. Why do they have to say we're going to be attacking Mosul within the next 4 to 6 weeks, which is what they're saying? How stupid is our country?
There are sometimes reasons the military does that. Psychological warfare.
I can't think of any. I can't think of any.
It might be to help get civilians out.
And we have, look, I have 200 generals and admirals who endorse me. I have 21 Congressional Medal of Honor recipients who endorse me. We talk about it.
Handicap the moderators, because it did get a little bit contentious, and Donald Trump repeatedly complained, and I'm sure when he goes back to campaigning today will be complaining they were unfair to him. They let her slide. They were tougher on time on him than they were on him. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I didn't think the moderators did very well. I thought Radiss's comments right there were pretty annoying in terms of the way that she was arguing, like, here is the defense of U.S. policy in Iraq. That's not really her position. You just need to ask a question and let it go.
Yeah, and if anybody is to challenge it, it should be the people in the audience, or it should be
Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Clinton should be the ones challenging it. As far as the debate format, going into it, the expectation was Hillary Clinton's pretty good at the town hall style meetings. Nobody's as good as Bill Clinton, but Hillary Clinton is pretty experienced, and the thought was that Donald Trump wouldn't do well. Now, he did better than you expected, did pretty well. His body language is a little troubling.
Yeah, you know, the interesting thing about it is, I think in studio, I think I would have scored it for Hillary Clinton, but in terms of its broadcast quality, I think it actually goes better for Trump. Now, I do think that he's kind of photobombing her throughout the evening.
Do you think that was intentional, where he would be pacing back and forth behind her while she's answering?
It's really difficult to assess that because of the way camera angles work. Like, you don't know what or why they're choosing different camera angles, but it certainly looked like he was photobombing her.
Yeah, just to be a presence and let her know, as she looked in the monitors, that he's right back there.
Yeah, he looks concerned and kind of
disgusted.
Upset. Yeah, yeah.
Certainly was entertaining. Looking forward to the third one. Thanks very much.
Oh,
Appreciate
you're welcome.
Got more to come. An emotional weekend for